What qualities do you look for in a candidate if you want to hire them? Well, I look for somebody that's incredibly passionate about what they're doing. And if I interview them and it feels like they're interviewing for a job, meaning they're in it just for the money and they're not in it because they absolutely love the education sector, in my case, I get turned off. They're just focused on money. I want them to be passionate about what they do. Because once you hire somebody, if you make the wrong hire, if it's an oops, it's a disaster, man. It can ruin the entire corporate culture of your company, your department, etc. So I find somebody that's very passionate about the sector and loves it. And if they love it, they're going to be more productive as well. And if they love it, then what's going to happen is that their passion is going to rub off on everybody else on the team as well. I don't hire anybody that's even slightly arrogant. Ever. I like people that are humble. And I like people to just get along. And I'll give you an example. It's interesting because when I worked at Goldman Sachs, I remember you had to go through sometimes 40 interviews to get in. And I don't think the smartest people work at Goldman Sachs. I mean, they hired me, right? But I think that there's not that many jerks there. They hire people that get along really well. And that's why it's been such an incredibly productive company over many decades. The jerk factor is extraordinarily low there. You know, they hire people that are smart, whatever too, but more importantly, that really get along. Really get along. And so I don't recommend ever hiring anybody unless you and everybody in your team interviews that person 3 times each in different settings. Maybe it's a breakfast setting, first thing in the morning. Maybe it's lunch. Maybe it's a coffee. Maybe it's a group setting, like 3 or 4 of you and your company and them. You know, maybe it's going out for dinner together, that sort of thing. I like to really get to know people before I hire them. You know, they say you should always hire slowly and fire quickly.